Hello, good morning, ma'am. Yeah, sure. How Suvan is doing in her class? Oh, yeah, sure. And ma'am, does she pay attention when she is in her class? Mm-hmm. Wow, that's so nice to hear. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Okay. वाव यार, तू एवढं चांगलं इंग्लिश कसं काय बोलते? अगं त्यासाठी रोज मी 25 ते 30 मिनिटे इंग्लिश बोलायची प्रॅक्टिस करते आणि त्यामुळेच माझी इंग्लिश इम्प्रूव्ह होत आहे. अगं पण तू प्रॅक्टिस करते तरी कुठे? मलाही छान इंग्लिश बोलून माझ्या मुलांच्या टीचर्सवर इम्प्रेशन पाडायचंय. सांग ना मला. हे बघ मी तुला दाखवते. इथे मी रोज इंग्लिश बोलायची प्रॅक्टिस करत असते आणि या ॲपवरती असं बोरिंग क्लासरूम सारखं नाहीये. इथे अगदी बिगिनर पासून तर ॲडव्हान्स पर्यंत कुणीही इंग्लिश बोलायची प्रॅक्टिस करू शकतं आणि इथे सर्टिफाईड ट्रेनर अवेलेबल आहेत जे तुमच्या मिस्टेक सुद्धा रेक्टिफाय करत असतं आणि तुम्हाला फीडबॅक सुद्धा देत असतात. तर वाट कसली बघताय? आजच प्रॅक्टिस करा आणि इथे तुम्हाला कुणीही जज करणार नाही म्हणून घाबरायचं, हेजिटेट व्हायचं कारणच नाहीये. सो आजच तुम्ही डेमो सेशन बुक करा. लिंक खाली डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स मध्ये दिलेली आहे. वाव, मी आता लगेच इंग्लिश यारी ऍप डाउनलोड करते आणि डेमो सेशन सुद्धा बुक करते बरं का.
Hi, welcome.
Hello.
How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm good. Thank you for asking me. What about you?
Very well. Great meeting you here. Sheetal, right?
Yes, I'm Shital.
Sheetal, my name is Vipul. I have been a communication skills coach for more than 6 to 7 years now. I have been a writer for newspapers and I hail from Uttarakhand. That's a little about me. And yeah, now we can go ahead with this conversation. I'm sure people must have already asked you a lot of questions about YouTubing and teaching. So I'm not going to get into that much. Let's try to shift this conversation to some other direction. Yeah. Do you want to say something?
Okay. And I want
Don't
to introduce EnglishYaari to my audience. So please
Alright.
tell us about a little bit about EnglishYaari so they can get an idea.
Yeah, sure. So EnglishYaari is one platform which has almost everything to cater to all the kinds of learners that come here. So it's everything under one umbrella. It depends upon the tutor, what you are seeking. EnglishYaari is ready to provide that. And the first thing that comes to my mind when someone asks me such a question out of the blue, what does EnglishYaari do? I think they empower people to become more and more fluent, and not just with their speech, but with their thought development as well. So this is not one platform to just become an English speaker. I think most of the people who come to us are already English speakers. Most of the Indians are English speakers. It does not matter are they correct or not. That's a different story. But the fact is they are all English speakers. It's just that they have to be better communicators. And for that, there are a few issues like getting right words at the right time, which is popularly known as vocabulary retention. And then to be grammatically correct, how much correct you are with your sentences, how many sentences you're taking to express a small thing, and how many things are you expressing in 5 sentences or 6 sentences, where other people are taking 25 sentences to do the same thing. So that is what
Right.
EnglishYaari is all about. It is empowering people to be better at their language, not just verbal, but even non-verbal. Body language, eye contact, facial expressions, tonality, modulation, and whatnot. So everything under one roof. That's what I can say about EnglishYaari.
Yeah, that's right. And what about beginners? Beginners can join the EnglishYaari.
Anybody can join. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Sheetal, if you don't mind, can you throw some light on the profession that you're into? You said YouTubing. This is one thing that I am also struggling with. I am struggling to be a YouTuber, and it's just consistency that I'm struggling with. But please give me some tips how to start, how to be consistent.
Means I'm not consistent on YouTube.
Mhm.
I hardly upload 4 or around 10 videos in a month on YouTube, and
That's still
it's
a lot. Mhm.
yeah, and my content is Marathi to English.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
So I also have my daughter with me, and I speak some Marathi sentences, and then she translate in English. She is 7 years old.
Oh.
I upload shorts videos.
Yeah, and they are in trend these days, and they work
Yeah.
really well. Hmm. Okay, when
And
you
it's-
post a video, or yeah, I'm sorry, I stopped you. Please.
No, continue.
Okay, I was just asking, when you upload videos, what goes in your mind? Do you feel how many views I'm going to get? Do you feel like what do you track in your mind? What kind of a video do you like to create?
I want to tell everyone that is not a big deal. It's not a rocket science.
Exactly.
Uh, if we work on that,
Exactly.
we will
Mhm.
speak fluent English.
Yeah, yeah. So the
That's
only
the
thing that
message I
matters
want to
is
pass on.
exactly, and I'm sure you'll be delivering it really well. All right, then let's go ahead, and
So
I
I
would
don't
like to.
focus on grammar. I don't
It's
focus
all
on
right. It's all
grammar.
right. See, I don't think people who make mistakes in grammar cannot teach grammar. First of all, that's not my opinion. Because if that were the case, how would I get so many grammar teachers on this platform? There are many grammar teachers who come as learners over here because, you know, learning grammar or teaching grammar is one thing, and implementing it in the real time is another. So they are not the same skills. And even English grammar teachers can be bad at speaking English. It's all right. My English grammar teacher, whom I consider as one of the best among all, was a really bad public speaker, by the way. Right? And I can say this to
Mhm.
her as well. I'm still in touch with her. And she accepts that fact that she was a bad public speaker. Mahatma Gandhi, for that matter, whom many people consider a public leader, but he was a pathetic public speaker. He was not really good. He has mentioned it. The same sentence has been mentioned in his autobiography as well. You should read that book. So you'll know that it was mentioned that he was a really bad public speaker. So people can be bad public speakers and yet revolutionaries. It's all right. It's
Yeah,
possible,
I
right?
love reading. I will read.
No, you should. That is one book that everyone in this country, at least at this point, should read because they have created a really incorrect opinion on Mahatma Gandhi these
About
days. I,
Mahatma
I
Gandhi.
hate that fact because sitting in our cozy rooms when we say Mahatma Gandhi was a bad person, he divided the nation, we don't know the reality. Just look at his book. He did not title it as My Truths. He titled it as My Experiments with Truth because he knew that he cannot be truthful all his life. That's why he did not want to risk it. And it's quite honest man, I must say. So,
Maybe.
magnanimous. Yeah, yeah, yeah. People should read. And then we
Yeah,
should
people
criticize.
have different opinions.
Yes, yes, it is
Yeah.
possible. But we should not look at people like black or white, good or bad. It's not like that. I think
Yeah.
everyone has a mixed image. Even I can be
Different
good for many people.
perspective.
Exactly. And I can be bad for a few people. Likewise,
Yeah.
some people mark me as a wonderful tutor, and some people tell me that I should improve. And it's all right. Everyone
Yeah.
is improving. Right. So if I say, do you know, Sheetal, I am a polyglot. Poly means many, glot means languages. So I
Okay.
can speak many languages. This is called the theory of vocabulary building. And these are vocab roots that we can learn in the future. Coming back to the topic of syllables. Now we should know which syllable to pronounce dominantly in a word. Okay. For
Mhm.
example, when you say coffee, you don't say coffee. You don't stress on the second syllable. You
Okay.
stress on the first syllable.
Us.
We say coffee, coffee. So we stress on the first one and take the stress away from the second one. Second वाले में से reduce भी करना होगा. Okay. We
Mhm.
have to put some stress on the first one and reduce some stress on the second one.
Right.
Likewise, when you get words which end at logy, Logy, like you said,
Psychology.
psychology. Okay. So what you are saying is psychology, which is wrong. The right pronunciation is psychology. Psychology.
Psychology.
Very good. Now reduce some stress from psi को भी कम पढ़िए. Psi. Psychology. Okay.
Psychology.
Psychology. Psychology.
Psychology.
Okay. I'll tell you one book that you should definitely read if you are diligent enough. It's not one of the easiest books to read. I think you may have heard of it. Have you? Have you heard of the book Word Power Made Easy?
Yeah, I have that also.
Yes. So just ignore everything else. Read that book diligently. Study it with some tutor online also, not a problem. I'm not saying pay for any sessions. There are many people who teach that book online freely on YouTube.
Yeah.
Learn that book. That is like a miracle if you just read that book properly. So it will improve your vocabulary, it will improve your pronunciations as well. One of the best ones out
Right.
there. Okay. All
I will
right.
do that.
So, yes, Sheetal, this brings us to the end of this session. I want you to tell me, apart from taking these sessions, what else are you trying to do at home to improve yourself?
I'm just working on my listening skills. I'm watching English web series like Friends, Young Sheldon, and
Wow, you're watching Young Sheldon.
reading.
That's quite
Yeah,
captivating. Yes, nice. Hmm. Okay.
and
What
also
else are
reading
you doing?
books.
So you're also
Also
reading
English study.
books. Okay. Which book are you reading these days? Can you tell me a name or a few names that you're reading these days?
Yeah, actually, I'm reading currently. Um, Who will cry when you
When You
die?
Die. Yeah, it's an exceptional book, by the way. Nice selection. Apart from this, is there any other book that you appreciate?
Actually, um, I love Think Like a Monk. I also read that book.
Robin Sharma, right?
No, Jay Shetty.
Think Like a
Think
Monk.
Like a Monk. Yeah, Jay
Oh, the
Shetty.
monk who sold his
Author is
Ferrari
Jay.
is that's some other book written by Robin
Yeah,
Sharma.
and
The
Robin
monk who sold
Sharma also wrote that Who
five
Will
years.
Cry After
Oh, who
Why
will cry after when you
Living.
die? Yes, yes, yes. Absolutely. You have selected the right books. These are mostly for motivation and religions.
Self-help.
But what you can, yeah, self-help books. I prefer more of fiction. That helps you even better. So with all these books, if you can add just one fiction, you'll be more interested in reading books. You must have seen after a point we get slightly detached from a book. We get bored of a
Yeah,
book, and because there are not many pictures, so it does not paint a picture in your mind. Mind
yeah.
loves pictures, visualization. So it's better that you try a fiction also, and a
Yeah, I
book that you
want to
should try.
try.
Yeah, tell me. Hmm.
I want to try, but I don't know which book to choose, and there is no one to guide
Depends.
me.
It depends what you want to read. For example, if you love to read a little about mythology, then there are books from Amish Tripathi. He is an exceptional writer, Amish Tripathi. So
Which
do
books?
not wait. Yeah, so they are mythological books. For example, he has written on Ram, he has
Mhm.
written on Sita, he has written on Ravan also. So that is his Ramayana series. Then there is a trilogy of books called the Shiva trilogy. That's
Mhm.
exceptional, by the way. He has given a modern touch to Shivji. So you should read that. They are quite interesting,
What
quite
did you say?
captivating.
Ramesh Tripathi.
Amish Tripathi.
Amish. Sorry, Amish
Yes.
Tripathi.
Do you know the excellence of a writer can be judged by the person who has written appreciation for that book? So you
Yeah.
must have seen
Will-
that on the cover page, you see a few names written, people who
Yeah.
appreciate this book. Do you know who is the first one who has appreciated his book? The Prime Minister of the nation, Narendra Modi. He
What
has
is it?
written the first appreciation. Imagine like the excellence of that writer. So you can read a few books from him. Then Ruskin Bond is an exceptional writer. You can start
Good
with some
one.
storybooks. He's from Uttarakhand, and there is a book called The Room on the Roof, which is quite famous. It was his first book. I think he was just 13 or 14 when he had just started writing. So at that age, he wrote a book. You can read The Kite Runner. That's by
Yeah.
this. This is one of the finest books that I have read, by the way. The
I
Kite
had
Runner.
this book in my cart,
Oh,
but
do
I
you?
didn't order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either this, or if you want to read a book from a girl's perspective, then you should read A Thousand Splendid Suns, both by the same author. His name is Khalid Hosseini. So these are some of the books that I can suggest to you. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you for suggesting.
By the way, it was a delightful conversation. I enjoyed speaking a lot with you, and looking forward to
Same
meeting you
here.
again in the sessions to come.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. Thank you.
Take care. All the
Have a
best. See you
great day.
soon.